Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people seem to have it all figured out while others can't even get their feet off the ground? Why is it that one person rises, builds, creates, and inspires, while another person, just as talented, just as capable, stays stuck, frustrated, and defeated? Let me tell you something. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not privilege, background, or even opportunity. It comes down to one thing and one thing only: control. Yes, control. Control over your words, control over your thoughts, control over your emotions, and control over your money. This, my friends, is the great separator. This is what divides the people who build empires from the ones who waste their lives making excuses. Because here's the truth. If you don't control these things, they will control you. Your mouth will speak you into failure. Your thoughts will chain you in fear. Your emotions will drag you into despair, and your money will enslave you, leaving you trapped in a cycle of debt and stress. But when you take control, when you decide that today is the day you step up, you become unstoppable. Think about it. Every great leader, every successful person you admire, they are not superheroes. They bleed like you, they suffer like you, they doubt like you. But what sets them apart is that they don't surrender to chaos. They don't hand over the steering wheel of their life to chance, or fear, or weakness. They grab hold of it with both hands and they say, "This is my life. I will decide where it goes." And I want you to feel this truth burning inside your chest right now. You already have everything you need. The power is not out there somewhere, waiting for you to stumble upon it. No, it's inside you, buried beneath the noise, the doubts, the fear. All you have to do is tap into it. But let me warn you, if you don't, life will gladly make the decisions for you. If you don't control your words, you'll poison your relationships. If you don't control your thoughts, you'll sabotage your own future. If you don't control your emotions, you'll destroy your peace. And if you don't control your money, you'll forever be a slave to it. This is why today matters. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today. Because today, you get to decide. Will you keep drifting, reacting, complaining? Or will you rise, take command, and declare, "Enough is enough. This is my life, and I will control it." Let this be your awakening. Let this be the moment where everything changes. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more hoping that luck will find you. Your power is in your control. Control your mouth. Control your mind. Control your mood. Control your money. And you will control your life. So here's my question to you. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop living as a passenger and start driving? Are you ready to take back your life with fire, with focus, with absolute determination? Because your future is not waiting, it's demanding. And the only one who can answer is you. This is the call, the awakening. The moment you rise. Words. Simple sounds rolling off your tongue, but make no mistake. Words are weapons, words are medicine, words are bridges, and words are bombs. Every time you open your mouth, you are shaping your destiny. Think about it. Your words are like arrows. Once released, they cannot be pulled back. They pierce, they heal, they build, they destroy. And yet so many people throw their words carelessly, recklessly, as if they don't matter. They gossip. They complain, they curse their own lives with negativity, and then they wonder why they stay stuck, why nothing changes, why opportunities slip away. Let me tell you, your words create your world. If you wake up every morning saying, "Life is hard, I can't catch a break, nothing ever works out for me," guess what? That's exactly the life you'll live. You're programming your future with your own tongue. You're planting seeds of failure in the soil of your reality. But when you speak life, when you declare possibility, when you say, "I will, I can, I must, I deserve success, I will overcome," suddenly, you shift the atmosphere around you. Doors open, energy rises, people respond differently to you. Because words carry power, real, undeniable, unstoppable power. Let me ask you, who inspires you? Think of that one person whose voice lifts you when you're ready to quit. Do they speak defeat? Do they spread doubt? Or do they use words that breathe courage into your lungs, words that make you believe again? That, my friend, is the power you hold every time you open your mouth. But here's the danger. If you don't control your mouth will control you. How many times have you said something in anger that you wished you could take back? How many times have careless words cut deeper than a knife? Apologies may come, but scars remain. That's why you must pause. That's why you must be intentional. Before you speak, ask yourself, will these words heal or will they harm? Will they lift or will they crush? Are they born from wisdom or from frustration? Because one reckless moment can destroy what took years to build. And let's talk about the words you speak to yourself, because self-talk is real. Some of you are walking around every day tearing yourselves down. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I don't have what it takes. And then you wonder why you feel powerless. You're poisoning your own soul with the lies you keep repeating. Flip the script. Start speaking to yourself with power. When you wake up, declare it. I am strong. I am capable. I am worthy. I will succeed. When you face obstacles, don't say, I can't. Say, I will find a way. When fear creeps in, don't. Say, I'm not ready. Say, this is my time, because your mouth is the steering wheel of your life. Where your words go, your life follows. And listen, this is not about faking it. This is about faith. Speaking the future you want into existence until your actions, your habits, your reality align with your declarations. This is how champions are made. So the next time you open your mouth, remember, you are holding a sword. Use it wisely. Cut down doubt. Slay negativity. Carve a path for yourself and for those who follow you. Your words are not empty. They are seeds. Plant seeds of strength, of faith, of determination, and watch the harvest of your life overflow. Stop speaking defeat into your future. Stop saying, I can't. Stop saying, it's too hard. Stop saying, I'll never make it. Those words are chains, and you're the one locking them around your own ankles. Break them. Replace them with words of fire. Say it with me now. I will, I can, I must. Nothing will stop me. This is the power of words. This is the power of controlling your mouth. Speak with intention. Speak with courage. Speak with life. Because when you control your mouth, you control the atmosphere, you control your relationships, you control your destiny. So I leave you with this. Open your mouth with wisdom, and the world will open its doors to you. Your mind, the greatest weapon you will ever hold, and the greatest enemy you will ever face. Every battle in your life, every victory, every defeat was decided here, in the battlefield of your thoughts. Long before you failed, you believed you couldn't. Long before you triumphed, you believed you would. The mind is the command center. And if you don't take control of it, it will take control of you. Listen carefully. Your life is nothing more than the reflection of your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, negativity, and excuses, your life will be chained to that same prison. But if your mind is filled with faith, courage, determination, and vision, your life will rise to meet it. Too many people walk through life like slaves to their own thoughts. They let fear dictate their decisions. They let doubt poison their dreams. They let anxiety whisper lies until they can't move forward. And every time they say, I'm not ready, I'm not strong enough, I don't deserve it, they're building walls around themselves, brick by brick, thought by thought. But let me tell you something. Those walls are an illusion. They are not real. They are shadows cast by your own fears. And the moment you decide to break free, the moment you choose to replace "I can't" with "I will," those walls crumble. Your mind is programmable. Just like a computer, it runs on the input you feed it. If you keep feeding it garbage, negative news, toxic conversations, endless scrolling of drama, don't be surprised when your output is stress, anger, and hopelessness. But if you feed it wisdom, books, mentors, positivity, faith, your output will be strength, clarity, and victory. So let me ask you, what are you feeding your mind? Are you nourishing it with truth or poisoning it with lies? Are you filling it with faith or flooding it with fear? Because here's the secret. What you focus on expands. Focus on your problems, and your problems will grow. Focus on your possibilities, and your opportunities will multiply. This is why champions train their minds like warriors train their bodies. They practice discipline. They don't allow every random thought to take root. When negativity creeps in, they catch it. They question it. They destroy it. And they replace it with a thought that serves them, not one that sabotages them. Let me give you a challenge right now. The next time your mind says, "I can't," stop and ask, "Who told me that? Where's the proof? Is it really true, or is it just fear in disguise?" 9 times out of 10, you'll find that it's not truth. It's just your own doubt pretending to be reality. And when you flip the script, when you say, "I can," "I will," "I must," something powerful happens. Your mind begins to align with your vision. Your actions begin to follow your thoughts. And soon your habits begin to reflect your new beliefs. That's how transformation begins, not with action, but with thought. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools for this. See your victory in your mind before it exists in your life. Picture the goal. Feel the success. Imagine the moment. And then let that mental picture pull you forward. When your body feels weak, that's not fantasy, that's training. That's programming your mind to expect success until success becomes inevitable. And let me tell you this, fear will never disappear. Doubt will never vanish. But control doesn't mean eliminating them. It means rising above them. It means saying, "Yes, I feel afraid. Yes, I hear the doubt, but I will move forward anyway." That's true strength. Your mind is your steering wheel. Left unchecked, it will drive you into ditches of despair. But controlled, disciplined, and focused, it will take you further than you ever imagined. So decide today. Take command of your battlefield. Be the general of your thoughts. Don't surrender to negativity. Don't hand over your destiny to fear. Guard your mind. Feed it power. Train it daily. Because when you win the battle in your mind, you win the war in your life. Say it with me. My thoughts will not control me. I will control my thoughts. I am the master of my mind. I am the commander of my destiny. And when you believe that, not just once, not just today, but every day, you will discover what it truly means to be unstoppable. Emotions, the invisible waves that shape every single moment of your life. They are powerful, unpredictable, and contagious. And if you don't learn to control them, they will control you. Think about it. You wake up one morning, the sun is shining, but you stub your toe or spill your coffee. Instantly, your mood shifts. You carry that frustration with you into traffic, into the office, into every interaction of your day. A single spark of irritation becomes a wildfire of negativity. Why? Because you gave your emotions the steering wheel. Too many people are prisoners of their own moods. One insult, one rejection, one inconvenience, and suddenly their entire day is ruined. They snap at loved ones, lose focus at work, and spiral into anger or despair. But listen, a bad moment does not equal a bad life. A setback does not define your future. Here's the truth. Your emotions are real, but they are not rulers. They are visitors. They rise, they fall, they come, they go. Just because you feel anger doesn't mean you must act on it. Just because you feel sadness doesn't mean your life is hopeless. Just because fear knocks at your door doesn't mean you have to invite it in. You have the power to choose how you respond. And that choice, that moment when you pause, breathe, and decide, is where freedom begins. When you learn to control your mood, you stop being a victim of circumstance. Traffic cannot steal your peace. Criticism cannot crush your spirit. Failure cannot break your identity. You take back the power that so many people give away every single day. And how do you do this? Gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to negativity. It is impossible to stay angry when you are deeply thankful. It is impossible to drown in despair when you remind yourself of the blessings you already have. Every morning, before the storms of the day begin, stop and say, I am grateful. I am alive. I have another chance to fight, to grow, to love. Gratitude transforms the storm into strength. Another weapon is perspective. Remember, your mood follows your mindset. If you tell yourself, this is the worst day ever, your emotions will obey. But if you say, this is a challenge, this is a lesson, this is a chance to rise, suddenly your emotions shift. The same storm that once threatened to drown you now becomes wind in your sails. And let's not forget energy. Your mood is contagious. If you walk into a room heavy with negativity, people feel it instantly. They shrink away. But if you bring energy, optimism, joy, you light up the entire space. You attract people, opportunities, and success, not because life magically changed, but because your energy created a new atmosphere. Now listen, controlling your mood doesn't mean faking happiness or suppressing pain. It doesn't mean pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means managing your emotions with wisdom. It means acknowledging them, but refusing to let them run the show. It means saying, yes, I feel this, but I will not let it define me. Let me give you an image. Emotions are like waves in the ocean. You cannot stop the waves from coming, but you can learn to surf. You can ride the highs, survive the lows, and keep moving forward no matter what the tide brings. So the next time anger rises, pause. The next time fear whispers, breathe. The next time sadness lingers, remember gratitude. You are stronger than your feelings. You are greater than your moods. You are the captain of your ship, not the storm around you. Say it with me. I am in control of my emotions. I will not be ruled by anger, by fear, by doubt. My mood is my choice. My energy is my weapon. And when you live with that conviction, you become unshakable. The storms of life will come. But instead of being swept away, you'll stand tall, smiling, unbroken, a lighthouse in the darkness. This is the power of controlling your mood, not just to survive, but to shine. Not just to endure, but to inspire. Because when you master your emotions, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone around you. Money. The word alone stirs emotions, fear, desire, greed, frustration. For some, money feels like freedom. For others, it feels like a prison. But here's the truth. Money itself is not the enemy. Money is not evil. Money is not magic. Money is neutral. It's a tool. And like every tool, it can either build your future or destroy your life. The trap is this. Most people don't control their money. Their money controls them. How many times have you heard someone say, I work so hard, but I never get ahead? How many live paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, stressed out every single day about bills, credit cards, or expenses? That is not freedom. That is slavery. And it's not because they aren't smart or strong or capable. It's because they never learned the power of control. Listen carefully. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will vanish before your eyes. If you don't manage your money with intention, it will manage you with chains. Some of you, right now, are trapped in a cycle of emotional spending. A bad day? You buy something to feel better. You tell yourself, I deserve this, even when deep down you know it's pushing you deeper into the hole. But listen, happiness bought on impulse fades in minutes while the debt remains for years. That is not self-love, that is self-sabotage. Control means planning. Control means budgeting. Control means telling every single dollar where to go before it leaves your hands. When you have a plan, money becomes your servant. Without a plan, you become its slave. Let me tell you something powerful. Budgeting is freedom. People hear that word and groan as if it's a prison. But a budget doesn't restrict you. It frees you. It's the difference between chaos and clarity, between stress and peace. When you know exactly where your money is going, you stop living in fear. You stop lying awake at night wondering if you'll make it. You take the wheel back from chaos. And saving? That's your armor. Life will throw curveballs, car breakdowns, medical bills, emergencies you never saw coming. Without savings, those storms sink you. But with an emergency fund, you stand firm. You bend, but you don't break. And let's talk about investing. Too many people focus only on today. What they want now, what feels good in the moment. But champions think long-term. They ask, what kind of life do I want in 5 years? 10 years? What legacy will I leave? And then they make decisions today that align with that vision. They live below their means now, so they can live above their fears later. And let me crush a lie. Wealth is not about how much you make. I've seen people earning 6 figures, yet they are broke because they spend it all. I've seen others with modest incomes build wealth because they controlled it, managed it, multiplied it. Wealth is not about income. Wealth is about discipline. Financial. Freedom is not about millions in the bank. It's about choices. It's about waking up in the morning knowing your bills are covered, your future is secure, and your money is working for you, not against you. That is true freedom. The ability to live life on your terms, without being chained to debt, to stress, to fear. But here's the warning. Money will expose who you are. If you're reckless, it will magnify your recklessness. If you're disciplined, it will magnify your discipline. Money is not the problem. You are. Which means the solution is not out there. It's in here. So stop letting money control your life. Stop chasing every impulse. Stop living without a plan. Stop sacrificing your future for a moment of temporary pleasure. Decide today. I will control my money. I will budget. I will save. I will invest. I will build freedom. Say it with me. My money will not control me. I will control my money. I am the master, not the servant. I will use money as a tool to build, not a chain to break me. Because when you control your finances, you control your options. And when you control your options, you control your destiny. Control is not just about one area of your life. Control is a chain reaction. When you take command of one piece, it ignites the others. And before you know it, your entire life shifts. From chaos to clarity, from weakness to power, from drifting to driving. Think about it. When you control your mouth, your relationships change. People begin to trust you, respect you, and gravitate toward you. Your words no longer scatter chaos. They build bridges. You stop pushing people away with negativity and start attracting them with inspiration. That one shift creates opportunities you never thought possible. Now combine that with controlling your mind. Suddenly, the doubts that once held you down lose their grip. Fear no longer dictates your decisions. You begin to think in terms of solutions, not problems. Possibilities, not limitations. And when your thoughts rise, your actions follow. You step into opportunities you used to run from. And what happens when your emotions come under control? You stop being tossed around by every storm. A bad morning no longer ruins your entire day. Criticism no longer destroys your confidence. You become steady, grounded, unshakable. People notice. They see you as a rock, a source of stability, a leader they can trust. And with that energy, doors open even wider. Now add money into the equation. Instead of debt chaining you, your finances begin to serve you. You save, you invest, you build. Suddenly, you're not just surviving, you're free. Free to pursue your passions, free to take risks, free to create a legacy. Do you see it? Each area fuels the others. Each victory creates momentum. It's not four separate controls, it's one powerful system working together, multiplying your strength. Let me give you a picture. Imagine a man who speaks recklessly, thinks negatively, is ruled by emotions, and wastes money. What kind of life will he have? Broken relationships, limited opportunities, constant stress, endless debt. Now imagine a man who speaks with intention, thinks with clarity, manages his emotions, and directs his money with wisdom. What kind of life will he have? Strong relationships, endless opportunities, peace of mind, financial freedom. The difference? Control. And here's the best part. You don't need to have it all figured out at once. Start with one. Just one. Control your mouth, and soon your thoughts follow. Control your thoughts, and your emotions shift. Control your emotions, and your finances become easier. One victory creates another. One change sparks the next. That's the chain reaction. Momentum is real. Once the wheel begins to turn, it becomes unstoppable. The hardest step is the first one. But once you take it, once you taste the power of control, you'll never want to go back. Control creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates results. Results create belief. And belief fuels more control. It's a cycle that lifts you higher every single day. But remember, the opposite is also true. Negativity creates doubt. Doubt creates fear. Fear creates inaction. Inaction creates regret. And regret breeds more negativity. That's the cycle most people live in. But you have the choice to break it. Say it with me. I will not live in the cycle of defeat. I will start the chain reaction of control. I will build momentum. I will rise. Because here's the truth. The world doesn't need more people. Drifting, complaining, or waiting for luck. The world needs leaders. The world needs lights. And leaders are not born. They are built, one controlled choice at a time. So decide today. Light the fuse. Start the chain reaction. Control your words. Your thoughts, your emotions, your money. Watch as the pieces align, the doors open, the opportunities flood in. Watch as your life transforms. Not someday, not eventually, but now. This is not theory. This is not wishful thinking. This is power. Real, tangible, unstoppable power, and it's already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. The chain reaction begins the moment you say, I take control. Let me tell you something powerful. When you take control of your life, it doesn't stop with you. It spreads. It multiplies. It ripples outward, touching the people around you, your family, your friends, your community. Your control becomes their inspiration. Think about a stone thrown into a pond. The moment it hits the water, ripples spread in every direction. That's exactly what happens when you master your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money. You create waves that reach further than you can imagine. When you control your words, you don't just speak life into your own world, you speak life into others. One sentence of encouragement can give someone the strength to keep fighting. One word of hope can stop someone from giving up. Your voice can become the spark that reignites another person's fire. When you control your mind, you show others what's possible. People look at you and say, If he can overcome fear, so can I. If she can rise above doubt, so can I. Your discipline, your clarity, your courage, these are not just for you. They become a blueprint for those who are still trapped in their own negative cycles. When you control your emotions, you create stability for those who are drowning in chaos. They see you steady, unshaken by storms, and suddenly they realize peace is possible. Strength is possible. They begin to believe not because you told them, but because you showed them. And when you control your money, you build more than wealth. You build opportunity. You create the ability to bless others, to lift others, to invest in the dreams of those who don't yet believe in themselves. Your financial discipline doesn't just set you free, it sets others free too. Do you see it? Now, this is bigger than you. Control is not selfish, it's service. When you rise, others rise with you. When you shine, you light the way for those still stumbling in the dark. The world is starving for examples. People are drowning in negativity, surrounded by voices of doubt and destruction. But when you choose control, you become a voice of hope. You become a living testimony that it can be done, that change is possible, that strength is possible, that greatness is possible. You don't even need to say a word. Your life will speak louder than your lips ever could. The way you carry yourself, the way you respond, the way you rise, it all sends a message. And that message is this: you don't have to stay where you are. You can take control, just like I did. This is the ripple effect. It's the invisible legacy you build every day. Long after your words are forgotten, long after your money is spent, the impact of your control will still be echoing in the lives of those you touched. But here's the challenge. What kind of ripples are you creating right now? Are you spreading negativity, doubt, and fear? Or are you spreading hope, strength, and courage? Because make no mistake, you are influencing people, whether you realize it or not. The only question is, are you leading them toward darkness or toward light? Say it with me. My life is not just for me. My choices create waves. My control creates hope. My strength creates leaders. Because the truth is, leadership is not about titles. It's not about positions. It's about influence. And every single one of us has it. Every controlled word, every disciplined thought, every calm emotion, every wise financial choice, it all inspires someone else to believe that they can do the same. This is the legacy you are building right now. Not just wealth, not just success, but lives changed, hearts lifted, futures rewritten. So stand tall, speak life, think boldly, stay steady, build wisely, and watch as the ripples of your control spread further than you ever dreamed. Because one day, people will look back and say, I made it because they showed me the way. I kept going because they didn't quit. I believed because they believed first. That is the ripple effect. That is your true impact. This is it. The moment. The turning point. Everything we've talked about. Your words, your thoughts, your emotions, your money, comes down to one single question. What are you going to do with it? Because here's the truth. Knowing is not enough. Understanding is not enough. You can read 1,000 books, watch 1,000 videos, listen to 1,000 speeches, but if you don't take action, nothing changes. Life does not reward intention. Life rewards execution. So today, right here, right now, I am challenging you. No more excuses. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more saying someday. Someday is not coming. Today is the day. Now is the moment. This is your time. You can keep living as a passenger, reacting, drifting, blaming, or you can grab the wheel and drive. Drive with purpose. Drive with fire. Drive with absolute control. Control your mouth, because your words are seeds. Plant faith, plant courage, plant victory. Speak life into your future and watch your reality transform. Control your mind. because your thoughts are the battlefield. Reject doubt, reject fear, reject negativity. Train your mind to see possibility where others see obstacles. Think like a conqueror, not a victim. Control your emotions, because storms will come. Anger will rise, fear will whisper, sadness will try to drown you. But you are not a prisoner. You are the captain. Choose gratitude. Choose strength. Choose to rise. Above, control your money, because money is not your master, it is your servant. Tell it where to go. Command it. Use it to build, to create, to give, to free yourself and those you love. And when you control these four, you don't just control your life, you create it, you shape it, you own it. But hear me now, this will not be easy. Control takes discipline, control takes sacrifice, control takes courage. There will be days when you want to quit, days when you feel like it's not working, days when the old habits call you back. That's the test. That's the fire that forges champions. The question is not, can you? The question is, will you? Will you fight for your future, or will you surrender to comfort? Will you rise to the challenge, or will you stay stuck in excuses? Will you take control, or will you let life control you? Say it with me, loud, with fire. I will take control. I will master my words, my mind, my emotions, my money. I will not be a victim. I will not drift. I will drive my life. I will shape my destiny. I will rise. Because one day, when you look back, you will either celebrate the life you built or regret the life you wasted. That choice is being made right now. With every word you speak, every thought you allow, every emotion you entertain, every dollar you spend, you are building your future. So build it with purpose. Build it with control. Build it with fire. This is the final challenge. Take back your life. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for luck. Stop waiting for someone to rescue. You. No one is coming. The hero you've been waiting for is you. The power is in your hands. It has always been in your hands. You just need to claim it. So rise. Take control. Create the life you were meant to live. Speak it, think it, feel it, build it. And one day, the world will look at you and say, there goes someone unstoppable. There goes someone who took control. And you will know the truth. You didn't just live your life. You shaped it. You owned it. You controlled it. Now go. This is your time. Take back your life.